What's going on, Drinking Buddies? Brand new podcast coming right at you. But real quick, you know what we got to do first. We got to talk about the things that generate the money, the money, the money. First and foremost, I have a Patreon. And as of tomorrow, all the video versions are moving over to the Patreon. So if you enjoy the video versions of this podcast, sign up on the Patreon. On top of that, I'm making exclusive content for the Patreon. And if you sign up today is the last day, I will make you a personalized welcome video for supporting the Patreon. So check that shit out. Check out all the exclusive content at patreon.com/MattSlayer. A lot of perks, a lot of shit going down. You can also support me and support this show by checking out the Twitch stream. That's right, since the pandemic started, you can come hang on Twitch at twitch.tv/MattFandSlayer. I am streaming right now on Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, and randomly through the week if I have time. Come hang out in the chat, let's do some shots, let's play some games. And remember, Thursday nights is the community game where we play Goose Goose Duck. Come hang out at 7 p.m. PST once again at twitch.tv/MattFandSlayer. So fun news about the Amazon affiliate link. Don't use it. Amazon says I'm a fraudster, and they're pulling my affiliate status. Cool. Thanks, Amazon. Fuck you very much. So that's it for the ads this week. My guest this week is actress, stunt performer, professional wrestling champion, Laura James. We go all over the place in this one. Laura and I talk about abortion rights in Texas, wrestling, her feet, probably a little bit too much, her recent Vegas trip, time traveling, just all over the place. Laura's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, there is no video version of this podcast. The cameras cut out 6 minutes into the episode. I got brand new cameras, and this was the first shoot that I was using them on, and apparently the battery life was not up to snuff to record a full podcast. We fixed this for future episodes, but Laura's episode was just gone after 6 minutes. Poof. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the audio version with Laura James. Laura, what the fuck's going on?
What is going on? I think we're about to drink some whiskey.
I believe that is the plan. I believe that indeed is the plan. After much technical difficulty, Laura is going to be my first guest with the new cameras. So we'll see how they come out.
Technology doesn't really like me, so that's probably why we had so many technical difficulties. It can sense when I'm around. It just doesn't like to work.
It's just like, fuck that. No, we're not going to film her.
I don't know. They just doesn't like British people.
You guys only like, pubs and ships, right? That's all. And colonialism.
I mean, I do love a good pub. Love a good pub. Oh, yes.
We're self-service around here.
I love it. Oh, wait. Get out of there, little rapper. By little rapper, there's not like a tiny rapper around.
Or some dude whose normal size with little in his name.
Ooh, yeah. That's a lot of rappers, I think, right? There's no little whiskey bottle yet?
I'm sure it's coming in time.
Maybe it's going to be me.
Yeah, start your rap career. You're announcing it on air right now.
I don't think anybody wants to hear that.
I'm sure somebody would.
There's a lot of perverts out there. There's something for everyone. Just into small British ladies rapping really poorly.
Yeah, I think there's a market for it. I think
so.
You found your new calling. Fuck everything else.
It's a very niche market, unfortunately. Very niche.
But the niche markets pay well, because those fucking weirdos are just like, yep, I'll make it rain.
That is true. Especially maybe if I only perform with my feet out, That's where the money's at.
Are you on Wiki Feet?
Wait, what?
You don't know what Wiki Feet is?
No.
It is a website dedicated to celebrities' feet.
Damn. That is creepy. Did Hollywood just fall apart?
I think so. I think Hollywood just fucking...
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, it is literally a photo sharing foot fetish website dedicated to sharing photos of celebrities' feet.
I love it. Do people like good feet, or do they want is it like the nastier the feet, the better?
I think it's probably a combination of the two. Like, each fetishist has their own thing.
Yeah. Like maybe you're not even really into the feet. It's like the specific toe hairs.
Or it could be a specific celebrity's feet. It's not so much about their feet, but it's like, oh, yeah, that's Charlize Theron's fucking feet.
Oh. I wonder if they've got the thing. You know how people's toes do, like mine are kind of perfect feet. I've just got perfect feet.
You're just trying to get on that site, aren't you?
I'm trying to get on the site so bad. But like the second toe next to the big toe will be slightly longer. I wonder if like that's a weird fetish. Like that has to happen for you to be into their feet. Well, I don't like how this went to feet so quickly.
You started it.
It's my own fault.
Yep. You just went like feet first right into it. I did it. I had to.
Oh, I love it. I love a good dad joke. I'm
rocking the dad bod, so it's got to do more dad jokes.
Yeah, I like it. I don't rock a dad bod, but I do still like to come up with some good dad jokes.
It's a good thing you don't rock a dad bod. It's really hard to get this up a pole.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of firemen out there.
They go down.
Yeah. I suppose they're really never going back up. That would be fun to watch, though.
Just firemen trying to climb
the pole.
And doing pole tricks on the way down.
I wish they did.
That would be actually a hilarious bit. Like, the fire alarm goes off and, like, the firemen are doing pole tricks as they come down the pole.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, make it fun.
Just doing, like, the dive thing and then stopping at the bottom, like...
No, I want that to be a thing. And also... getting back into fetishes. I'm just saying they could make a lot of money.
From you?
I didn't say from me, but...
You did not say from you.
I did not say from me. I definitely probably want to watch with some girlfriends, actually. I mean, there's some male strip shows out there that do very well. Very well.
Thunder from Down Under.
I didn't go. I was just in Vegas and I didn't go and I'm bummed. I should have gone.
Why?
Too busy doing other things.
You don't want to see a bunch of, oppressed colonials shake it for you?
I do. I absolutely do. But no, I went and saw Morrissey and he showed up. He didn't kick up a fuss.
Did you throw meat at him?
No, but he didn't do that. He didn't do the whole meat is murder thing. He I guess the casino just was put the kibosh on that.
Like, we got a buffet, bro. You can't do this shit.
No, they were not having any of his nonsense. He barely even spoke. He just played the songs, and that was it.
You sure it wasn't a Morrissey impersonator? It is Vegas.
No. What if it was? They were very good, if that's the case.
They do have top-tier talent in Vegas.
They really do. I love
They dug out some Morrissey impersonator. Like, can't talk about me as murder, just fucking play the hits. Go.
I think if that was around, then Morrissey would be out of a fucking job.
He doesn't show up for his job half the time anyways.
Yeah, we actually saw a billboard it said Morrissey Insurance, and of course it's some other person called Morrissey. But we were joking, we were like, "What if it's just a company that you can buy insurance through? That if he cancels, you get your money back on the tickets."
They would go out of business so fast.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
first year in business, we paid out to everyone.
He paid out to he only went to one show out of 10. He's never cancelled one that I've been to yet.
So it's all your Morrissey's good luck?
I'm good luck for Morrissey, bad luck for technology.
So where are you on the meat murder? Are you good luck for cows or bad luck for cows?
I don't know. I guess I do eat them, so I'm probably quite bad luck for a cow.
But you're not slaughtering them. They're already dead.
Yeah, I know. I would if I met a cow on the street, I'd give him a little scratch under the chin or whatever, so that cow would be in luck.
Before you stabbed him?
Nah, I think I'd be a bit too scared to stab a cow. They're a bit bigger than me. A little bit. It might trample me or something.
Well, this is what you get on their back, and they can't trample you if you're on top of them.
I'm short though, Matt. Come on, how am I getting up there? I need a boost.
You got hops. You have definitely made it to a top rope of a wrestling ring before.
Yeah.
I think you can make it on top of a cow.
Only one way to find out. Bust out the cow!
That's right. We have a special treat for you tonight, folks. The cow.
The cow. Anyway, I'm going to have to start drinking because this apartment is frosty. And so this is basically just to warm me up. I'm enjoying it, though. It's good. Do you have a Bernese Mountain Dog that could bring it to me? Don't turn your AC up because I was making a joke.
Oh, no, I'm turning it off. Turning it off.
You don't need to turn it off because of me.
No, I need to turn it off because the fan noises get picked up on the mics.
Oh, all right, fuck me.
I meant to do it before we started. When you mentioned it, I'm like, oh yeah, shit.
Good thing I did that just to remind you.
Yes.
All right, well, cheers.
Cheers.
Raise it up.
Good old Sazerac rye.
My poor liver.
You knew what you were getting into.
I know, but my liver's already like, we just went to Vegas. Like, what are you doing? Whatever.
You're just keeping it in training. It's like fucking Rocky right now. It's running up the stairs.
I think it's sliding down the stairs. It's fine.
One or the other.
It's fine. I'm English. We're built for this.
Exactly. But is your English liver like, why is this not Scotch?
I don't discriminate when it comes to my whiskeys. I don't care where they come from. Do not care. The Japanese ones are great. Do love a good Scotch, though. Do you have a preference? What is your favorite whiskey? Weller, yeah.
W.L. Weller Special Reserve. At its original price point.
Yeah.
I
tried something recently. I think it was Ardbeg have a new one out, and it's called Wee Beastie. And it tastes like barbecued meats.
Huh.
I shit you, like it's smoky. It's really smoky. It's so good. If you're into that kind of thing.
Not so much. I'm actually not into like peaty smoky scotches.
It's not really peaty, I wouldn't say it's peaty. It's just
smoky?
Just smoky, yeah. But I venture into those boggy, peaty, just,
So not my cup of tea.
Speaking of cups of tea.
Oh, you're letting the audience know that's not just whiskey?
No, it's pure whiskey. No, I wish it. I mean, I could make that happen, actually.
We do have a bottle here.
But then I'd be on my ass very soon.
You would not be the first guest to be on their ass on the show, so that's fine.
Oh, all right. I did drink pretty much a whole pint of whiskey the other night, though. That was, oh, God, I don't know how I'm still alive.
What happened?
I was just at the show, and people kept offering to buy me whiskey. I kept adding it to this cup, and then at the end I was like, oh, I've got a whole cup of whiskey, and I did.
No, they encourage such things. They want you to.
They want you to be shit-faced, because then you gamble away all your money. And I did. I lost all my money. Not all my money I have, otherwise that would be very sad. But, I set aside, like, this is my Vegas money. If I win, great. If I lose it, it's fine. And I lost all of it.
Wait a minute. Did you lose your car in Vegas? Is that why I had to pick you up?
No, I didn't lose my car in Vegas. I lost my car keys in Vegas. I lost all my keys in Vegas. So yeah.
I believe her, folks. I believe her. I think she lost her fucking car in a poker game.
No, I lost my car keys. I left them in Vegas. They did find them and they're FedExing them back to me, thank God, because that would have been miserable. But yeah, I texted Matt earlier and had to plead my case to get a ride because I can't get into my car. It's a sad state of affairs. At least that's the only thing I left and they found it. It could be worse.
Oh, yeah, it could be much, 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 much worse.
Much worse. And at least, I came back with my dignity.
You're on camera. You're on camera. I guess that's for the video version only.
That's for the video version only, yeah. No. It's fine. It was a very Vegas-y trip. If you know what I mean.
So you got married?
I did not, but I did get a new tattoo. I did get a couple new tattoos. My first ones, I did get somebody's initials. So, basically, and I got a little fly.
Whose initials did you get?
My boyfriend's. Yeah, we got each other's initials tattooed on us. So, basically, it's kind of like getting married, right?
It's worse. You can get rid of marriage easily.
I know. This is actually harder to get rid of. I did wake up the next day and think, oh no, I made a terrible mistake. But the nice thing is, it's still fresh, so I could still go home and sandpaper it off if I wanted, I guess.
Just disfigured. It's like you just have some blob on your arm now. Like,
Yeah. Actually, I know a guy who had somebody's name tattooed on him, and it's really disgusting, but he heated up a fork on the stove and like burnt his arm and like burnt it off of himself.
And now he just has a gnarly scar there?
He then after that ended up, this was a guy who was a friend of my boyfriend's. He's a skateboarder and he was covered in tattoos. One day he decided he just blacked out all of his arms. They're just straight black out. He was like, I'm sick of having these all. So that's a strong look.
Yeah. Just, I'm not a fan, but hey, his body.
His body, his choice. Am I right?
Right? Unless you're in Texas.
Unless you're in Texas. Yikes.
Reason number like 300, I'm not moving to Austin.
And I like Austin. I've got some, good friends that live down there, but it is just, what is going on down there, man?
I have no fucking idea.
It's like they're all about, people's individual freedoms until they're not. It's like pick one or the other. Like you either have like freedom or completely not. Like what are you doing? It's a mess.
Your freedom's only important if it conforms to our opinion of what freedom should be.
Yeah, what a load of bollocks. Well, another reason to drink. There we go.
Yeah, with the comic mass exodus to fucking Austin, a bunch of friends who were down there are like, oh, you should move down here. You should move down here. I went and visited in July. I'm like, yeah, this is a fun place to visit. I enjoy visiting here. I'm not fucking moving here.
Yeah. My friend Ava, she just moved back from Texas and she's very glad to be out of there. And that was Austin, and it's fun. I like going there. I have a good time, but it's also like I think a lot of people moved there because they thought they were, it's cheaper, but Austin's expensive now anyway. What a boring conversation.
Us talking shit about Texas?
Yeah, all of Texas hates us right now, I guess. It's fine.
Cool, they're still listening then. Fuck you guys.
Fuck you. I'm kidding. Oh my God. Let's bring the mood up. Should we talk about wrestling?
Oh, we could talk about wrestling.
Want to?
Yeah.
That's usually what people want to talk about.
Wrestling?
With me, anyway. Even though I don't do it anymore, but...
Why not? Well, we'll start there. Why the fuck not?
Well, okay, so I was kind of one foot out of the door because I'd kind of done everything that I had wanted to do with it. And I was kind of one foot out the door, and then COVID hit, and I was like, you know what, that's just it. I'm like, I'm no spring chicken anymore. And that shit's hard on your body, to be doing all the time. And so there's the only company I think I would probably work for now would be Lucha Vavoom. Because it's in town, and it's super fun, and it's more kind of a comedic thing. You can get away with just doing ridiculous shit in the ring that you couldn't get away with anywhere else. Case in point, there is one of their acts, Dirty Sanchez shits himself, and covers everyone in poop. You can't do that in like WWE.
I mean, maybe in the Attitude Era, but...
in the Attitude Era, yeah. Good times. See, that's when I would have thrived down there.
Just covering yourself in shit and beer and...
Yeah, I love it. It's great. But yeah, no, I kind of done everything that I wanted to with wrestling. I was lucky I got to travel. I got to do a bunch of cool stuff. And then, I definitely didn't want to go any further with it. So
why not? You didn't want to be WWE champion one day?
If I was younger, it'd be fun. But, you have to go down there and you're with NXT and you train for years still. And when you've already trained to do it, it's, they call it your bump card where you kind of apparently only have so many, but yeah, it's a lot on your body to take. And yeah, I was, kind of already doing other things. So I was hung up the boots.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was a lot of fun. It's definitely something I have no regrets. And yeah.
Well, I'm bummed I never got to see you perform.
Well, maybe if Lucha Vavoom ever happens again, you might. The boots are hung up, but they could be dusted off for a special occasion.
I think you have to. I mean, you can't let that awesome costume go to waste.
Oh my God, that costume is everything. It's seriously, I mean, a bedazzled or like this huge cape. It comes up. It's the collar comes up. It kind of looks like bat wings almost. I mean, it's beautiful. I might see if they'll let me wear it for like Halloween or something.
You don't have it? You have to borrow it from them? Or?
No, I have it, but I'm like, I should probably ask. Because it's still like their wrestler.
IP?
Yeah.
But you are that wrestler.
I am. Yeah, it was me and Rita that came up with it.
Well, it's not like you're going to like another wrestling promotion and wrestling.
Oh, Lord, no. No.
You're just, going out on Halloween as yourself.
Yeah. Actually, it was funny. Rita came by Jumbo's the other night. It's always fun to see her.
What went down?
I think she was a little bit drunk. I was definitely a bit drunk. And it was just a nice little reunion. I hadn't seen her in a while because of, there's this little thing going around called COVID.
There is?
I don't know if you guys heard about it.
No. Tell me all about it.
Sorry, I got a bit of a cough. No, I'm kidding. I shouldn't joke. I did have it.
Did you?
I did have it, yeah. But I was I was kind of lucky. Like I didn't have really bad symptoms, but I did lose my smell and taste. And going back to whiskey, a nice segue here, I would wake up every morning and smell a bottle of whiskey to see if I could smell. Because I was like, I can't smell like tea. I needed, to start seeing if it was coming back. So I'd wake up every morning and smell a bottle of whiskey.
Then take a shot or two?
Maybe. Did you have it?
Nope. I'm a responsible boy, believe it or not.
What do you mean like I'm irresponsible for getting COVID?
Yep.
I think I got it off my boyfriend. He thinks he got it off me. We're just blaming each other.
So somebody in the house was irresponsible.
Somebody in the house was irresponsible. You know what? But it was fine. We were fine. We were lucky. And I was lucky that I'm not, around anybody super susceptible or any, kids or anything. So.
Well, you're just lucky not to be around kids in general.
The kids are lucky I'm not around them. Like, God, imagine me around kids. It would just be not. I don't think anybody wants me around their kids.
Probably not. That's one way to teach them wrestling moves.
Nobody wants a drunk around their kids.
Some people are pretty apathetic about it, though.
Some people are drunks and have kids.
That's how a lot of kids are made. It
is true, yeah. Speaking of drinking, down the hatch. Oh, no.
Did the camera turn off? Motherfucker. Well, welcome to being an audio-only version of this fucking episode.
Well, don't you still have that one over there?
We technically do have the wide.
Hi, wide.
Are you fucking kidding me? These things were fucking plugged in.
They didn't like our talk about drinking around children.
Well, ain't that about a bitch? I've just bought new cameras, and apparently they don't like to stay on.
I told you, it's me. I jinxed them. Technology doesn't like me.
Awesome. What
do you want to do about that? Is there anything we can do?
Nope.
There's nothing we can do. All right, well, there we go. Well, I've got a reasonably nice accent. People seem to like it. Hopefully that'll be enough to keep people... Where were we?
Nothing...
drinking more. There we go.
Yeah, nothing more just depressing than spending a couple $1,000s on new cameras to find out that they will not operate in the way I need them to.
It really is me.
The show is falling apart. It is just off the fucking rails.
Well, flies have been following me around recently, which not because I don't think I'm stinky, but oddly enough, I had a friend pass away recently and his name was Fly. And ever since then, I've found like there's been one following me around. And I'm not a superstitious, religious, anything person, but I'm like, what is this? It's very odd.
It is very odd.
It is very odd. That's why I got a little fly tattoo for him as well.
Aww. Honoring dead friends.
Honoring dead buds.
Sadly, as we get older, we will have to do more and more of that.
Yeah, that's the thing about getting older, isn't it? I guess it's part of life. Death is a part of life. What are you going to do? Although I saw in the news, Jeff Bezos is apparently giving a bunch of money to homeless people. No, I'm kidding. He would never. To fund research into anti-aging medicine so that people wouldn't die or like it, would extend their life.
Yeah, that'll end well.
Yeah, it's all getting very odd these days, isn't it?
Yeah, because we will be fucking wildly overpopulated, and it'll only be like the rich that get access to that shit. So, more reason to break out the pitchforks.
Although, I feel like everyone's becoming, with all the shit that we're putting in our bodies and all the pollution and everything, everyone's going to become infertile. So, but then it's just going to be the same people living forever. Ugh.
And
good Lord.
Could you imagine? Because, like, as you get older, at least I've experienced it, like, life seems to go faster.
Yeah, seriously.
Could you imagine, like, being 200, how fast, like, life would go?
But if you know that you're going to be living forever, then it might slow back down again.
I mean, I'm convinced I'm going to live forever now, and it ain't slowing down.
I don't know. I just don't know about all this medical technology, all of it. I should just go back to the Victorian era. Can someone invent a time machine?
Do you really want to go back to the Victorian era?
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to go, I've always dreamt of, like, I wish it'd be really fun to have a time machine and just be able to, like, go back in time to, like, whenever, like, I'm going to go back to when the dinosaurs were roaming, but you're kind of in your own protected little bubble. Like, you're kind of basically on a Disneyland ride, just looking at it. You're in a little pod and you can just, like, look around. Be fun. They can't see you. They wouldn't be able to see me because otherwise I'd scare a whole load of people.
Right, and it would fuck up the whole, like, time continuum.
But just to go back and just see shit. Like, I wonder what it was like at, like, Mesopotamia.
Smelly. Very smelly.
Ancient Rome.
Also smelly.
Everything's Hollywood currently.
Real smelly.
Real smelly. Are you just saying the world's a very stinky, stinky place?
I mean, there are waves of it not being stinky, but ancient times, bathing was not the most common thing.
Going to the bathroom and everyone using the same stick to wipe their ass.
Oh.
It's no wonder, like, oral sex, I'm sure, probably did not exist until much more recently. Who the hell? I mean,
just going down on someone. Nothing like post fucking, like, you just smell like the other person's genitals for a while.
God, no. I would be celibate back then, wouldn't I?
Well,
I think I would.
I don't think you'd have much choice about it, unfortunately.
No.
Someone would marry you off and...
God damn. I try and just convince said man, like, let's live by a creek where we can jump in it and frolic every day.
Pollute the drinking water.
Let's live by the beach. Why not? It'll be fun. At least
it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Oh. Yeah, ancient times seems like a really fun thing to visit. It's kind of like the same thing as going to Vegas. It's like you want to go for like a couple days and then get the hell out.
Probably be just as rowdy too as a good Vegas trip. Just people murdering each other, getting real drunk.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that actually a lot of people die in Vegas, the casinos, like weekly.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they just kind of cover it up.
I don't think they so much cover it up as just don't fucking talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense. There's also so many people coming in and out. I'm surprised it's not like a COVID hotbed right now.
I mean, it really was like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they had to kind of get their shit together because they need that gambling money.
Yeah, the whole state runs on that shit.
Seriously. Yeah.
That place didn't have gambling. I don't know. It would cease to exist.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Like, why would anyone go to Vegas?
It's like how America runs on Dunkin's, Nevada runs on gambling.
And some whoring, but mostly gambling.
Actually, apparently prostitution is illegal in Vegas.
In Clark County, yeah.
Yeah.
It's only
legal. It's
legal.
very confusing.
It's only legal in rural counties where it's under 10,000 population.
I like that you're giving people this information because I think a lot of people out there need this information. Don't get arrested when you go to Vegas for trying to pick up a lady of the night.
Most of the time, Metro doesn't actually bother to pick people up.
I think they just target the women more, which checks out.
Yeah. And I feel like they more target people that are on street level than like people that are doing in-calls with rooms and shit like that.
I wore such a slutty dress the other night, and I'm pretty sure people thought I was a hooker.
Anyone proposition you?
No, they did not, but I know, I got some looks, but also I was like, I know I look really slutty, but it was a very expensive slutty dress. Like, if I was a hooker, I would have been a very expensive one. Very expensive. It was kind of
like, the dress ain't gonna pay for itself.
Exactly. Well, and I'd had this dress, and I was like, if I can't wear it in Vegas, I can't wear this dress anywhere. It's like kind of see-through in the back, and why? I don't even know why. It was a stupid purchase, but goddamn, oof, I did look nice.
Well, it's nice that you got to fucking wear it then.
Nice, it's very nice I got to wear it. Maybe I can. No, I definitely couldn't wear it in Hollywood. My God.
Why not?
I mean, then I really would just look like I'm walking. I'd be, well, maybe a Julia Roberts type moment.
Some dude's gonna pull up in a fucking expensive sports car and try to take you away from this life.
Really attractive, rich, nice man. Yeah, because that happens in real life.
And if you look at Pretty Woman, Richard Gere was not that nice.
Yeah, he was a bit of a dick.
He's a bit of a control freak.
Yeah. Was handsome back then, though, wasn't he?
That's why he was able to get away with it. And everyone's like, he's charming. Like, no, he's a fucking control freak. He referred to her as his employee.
Good movie, though.
The original script's actually real depressing.
Doesn't she die in the end of the original script?
Yeah, and there's a lot more drug references and like...
Yeah.
The original's pretty dark. It's not a rom-com.
I would love to read that, actually.
It might be on Drew's Scriptorama.
What is Drew's Scriptorama? That's what all the scripts?
It's got a lot of drafts and...
Ooh, that's good to know. Good to know.
It's free scripts and screenplays. It has various drafts of a whole lot of movies. Let's see. Let's look at film scripts.
Hey, so you had Lily on the show before, right?
Twice.
How was that?
In the time
Did she make you buy her pizza?
No.
You didn't?
Nope.
Ah, shocker.
That's right. I rank. I don't have to buy her pizza.
I thought you might want to, you know. It's just her brand. She is the pizza girl.
I know.
She should really be pizza woman, pizza lady. I don't know about lady. No offense, Lols.
The first time I had her on was right after the whole pizza thing broke.
Oh, yeah?
We talked about it a bunch. It's amazing how viral that went. It's such a great clip, though.
Yeah. It's weird, the things that take off on the internet. The internet is a very odd place to me.
With Wiki feed, yeah.
All of it, man. Things that people are into. I mean, like we were talking about earlier. ASMR.
Well, we thank you, anyone who's into the show.
Cheers. Clink.
ASMR.
Wait,
so tell me more about the Vegas trip. What else went down?
I can't tell you. You know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, including my car keys.
That's just marketing. You can talk about what happened in Vegas.
I actually don't think I could.
Why? You going to get someone in trouble?
I think I'd get myself in a lot of trouble. A lot of people would be getting in trouble. It was a very, very Vegas-y experience. That's all I'll say. Yeah, I honestly don't think I could say it was very salacious. Plus, yeah, nah, I just couldn't.
Oh, no.
I lived life to the fullest. It was
threesomes, foursomes, orgies.
It was a very rich experience, is all I'll say. It was decadent.
Decadent.
It was a decadent, rich experience. You need to have them sometimes, you know?
Oh, yeah. Life's all about living those fucking things.
Yeah. Like I said, I did see Moz. He was great. The rest cannot be
published on the internet.
No, not at all. Just imagine what you think should happen in Vegas, and it probably happened.
I mean, my definition of what should happen in Vegas versus most people's is pretty fucking different.
Why do you just like to go to the shows and hang out by the pool?
Oh, totally. No, I just so many fucking orgies. So many orgies when I think of Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Well, because most of the time, like when I wasn't living there, I'd be back in town for AVN. So
yeah, I have been to AVN. I had some friends. I actually I used to do. You wouldn't know this about me, obviously, but I used to do makeup, and I did makeup in porn. And so around AVN, I like went there because there was an English porn company, and they were shooting a bunch of stuff out there around AVN. And so yeah, I've been to AVN. It's fun.
It's a good time. What year were you there?
It would have been like 5 years ago or something. Maybe even more. Yeah, it's been a minute. But it was fun. It was a fun time. Hanging out with some sweet babes. And
did you get to actually check out any of it, or were you just working the whole fucking time?
No, I mean, I went to like a couple of parties with some friends of mine, but, you know.
Official parties or unofficial parties?
No, some of the official ones, but the rest of the time I was working. And it was actually like hard work. Because I had so many goals that I had to do. See, it sounds weird. See, that sounds weird.
Phrasing, yeah.
So many girls' makeup that I had to do. So it was...
I liked it the first way.
It was exhausting for me and for them. Very much exhausting for them.
Oh, yeah. Dealing with fans all fucking day. Gee.
Yeah. And just, I mean, porn in itself, that's just... It really is a hard job, man. When you've seen it, you're like, oh... It's not. Everyone thinks it's got to be like so much fun and you just get paid to have sex. And you're like, no. Not at all. No. And some of those positions they put themselves in, I'm like, I'm in pain just looking at you. Oh, no.
Yeah, and it's like, that's really just aesthetically pleasing. It's not really fun for anyone involved.
It's not fun for anyone involved. And that's what's funny is what men... in real life that try and do that shit, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, you're not gonna like this, I'm not gonna like this. This is just for show. No.
Like the spoon with like the one leg in the air, like
it's not happening. Just no. I also am at a point, in my life where I would just be like, this isn't fucking happening. I'm lazy. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm lazy. I'm like, I'm gonna just look cute. Have fun. I'm not doing any work.
Is that how it goes?
I'm not doing any work. No. Okay, maybe every once in a while I'll do some work, but it's fine.
Birthdays and anniversaries?
Yeah, sure, maybe. If they're
maybe. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. It's fine. I like how everyone wants to act like they're all like wild. Actually, I guess, I am pretty wild. But yeah, I'm also lazy. I'm wild lazy. Wildly lazy and...
How's wild lazy work? How does that work?
I'm like, I'll do some fucked up shit, but I still don't want to be the one doing the work.
What is considered fucked up shit?
I can't tell you that.
Why not?
You can use your imagination.
That's
Although nobody
fun.
likes to use their imagination anymore because everyone's got porn, easy access to porn all the time.
Well, telling someone to use their imagination, like, could be wildly different for everyone involved.
But that's why it's fun. Everyone gets to imagine it as being what they really want to think right now. Eh?
Or you could tell them and they'd be like, oh, wow, I had never thought of that.
I don't think that anything that I could tell people wouldn't have been thought of before, though.
You never know.
I feel like, what else can people be doing?
I don't know what you're doing.
What if I was like, I like to attach cats is like a bra and run around and then lap up.
See, I would have never imagined that.
See, well, I guess I gave some people some ideas. No, don't do that to the poor cats.
Right?
Yeah, no.
Do not do that. We do not condone animal abuse around here.
Although, truly, the backbone of the internet is cats and porn, so blending the two would be... No. Wrong.
Bad.
You keep them very separate, you freaks.
Very, 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 very separate.
Yeah. Are you a cat man?
No. I have no animals.
I noticed. Apart from that one fly.
It's dead now, like all my other animals.
I am a bit of a cat lady, though.
How many cats?
I've got one, but she's like the size of two, so.
So why does it have to be cat or dog lady? Why can't it just be like, animals?
No, I will have, I've had cats and dogs, so I don't discriminate. I like them both equally. I think I'll take an owl, even,
I don't want to clean up owl pellets. Fuck that.
They're kind of fun, though. Have you ever seen those little pellets? They're like all like feathers and bones and shit.
Yeah, because owls are fucking murderers.
So some people, it's all right.
I don't want to clean up after them either.
Have you ever seen on Instagram, there's like crime scene cleanup accounts?
No.
I see, that's where I am very weird, and I can look at some real weird shit, and I kind of enjoy it. But there's certain accounts where they're like, they clean up after homicides or suicides or whatever, and it's, I'm sure they get paid a lot. I hope so.
I fucking hope so too, but yeesh, yeah. Not when I want to look at it on Instagram.
Just people when they turn into like jelly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to, just look at people reduced to past tense.
They just look like the pink slime from Ghostbusters coming out of the taps.
What goes into McDonald's hamburgers? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Did you just have some McDonald's last night?
I did. I had some Dirty Donalds. I did it. Sometimes you've got to, especially like when you're traveling, and I say traveling as if I was traveling really far. But, you're on the road and you just want some like dirty food. There's nothing wrong with it.
But there's a White Castle between here and Vegas.
I've never had White Castle. Much like I told you earlier, I've never had Arby's. There are so many things I haven't had as an English person here because I just don't even think about it. I've never had White Castle. I've never had Arby's. And I've never been to an Outback Steakhouse.
What else are you missing from the American experience?
I don't know. What are some other...
Olive Garden?
I have been to an Olive Garden, and I don't understand why people are into it.
Oh, you won't understand why people are into any of the other things you just named either.
Yeah, it was fine, but I was like...
Because your family there.
My family's not there. They're in England. Don't be silly.
No. That's Olive Garden's whole thing. When you're here, your family.
Yeah, no, not for me. Not for me, mate.
Let's see. Have you been to Red Lobster?
I have been to a Red Lobster, and I do have to say those little cheddar biscuits were quite tasty.
Yeah, they're the best thing on the fucking menu.
They were really good. They were really good. I'll give you that. What's some other key American experiences?
Applebee's.
Not been to an Applebee's.
TGI Fridays.
I have been to one. This is fun. I like this game.
What American food has Laura tried?
I know. I mean, I live in LA, so, I usually eat some poke bowls and shit.
Let's see.
Peak LA. Kale salads. Sprinkled
kale.
with cocaine. That's the LA diet, apparently. Cocaine and kale, so I hear.
Oh, the cocaine will kill you these days.
Technically not the cocaine, though, is it?
No, just the additives.
The additives. Just, why can't we just go back to the days when it was like baby laxatives? Like, also, I don't understand why they're like doing this, where they're putting fentanyl and other drugs. I'm like, why are you trying to kill off your customers? That's just bad business.
I agree.
Do not understand. I'm sure somebody could explain it to me, but whatever.
I heard some rumor in here say, I've heard some other stuff. I don't know. Oh,
you think it's some sort of conspiracy where they're trying to kill a bunch of people?
Someone told me that like they're convinced that they heard from a coke dealer that some of the narcos down in Mexico are trying to kill off U.S. fucking citizens as like a fuck you to the U.S. government. I don't know how true this is. I got it fucking third hand.
Sketchy. ASMR.
I probably shouldn't be promoting this conspiracy theory on my show.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Someone knows.
Someone knows. Who ain't me?
Someone knows. It isn't me. It's not you, but it's, sorry state of affairs. Why can't we just go back to the 80s where...
It was really expensive?
It was super expensive. But the cartoons were absolutely ace.
Have you gone back and watched any 80s cartoons like as an adult?
I'm going to do it tonight now.
Which one?
I don't know. I did like Ninja Turtles. That was good. That was a great one.
Do you ever read the original comics?
No, I'm not really a comic book person. I'm sorry, I just probably disappointed a lot of people, but yeah.
Probably. It won't be the first or last time. It's okay.
No, I disappoint people on the regular. I disappointed my mum today. Yeah, no, I did like that TV show, and like He-Man was great. Yeah, the classics.
He-Man does not hold up. If you rewatch it, does not hold up at all.
I don't know, Skeletor though.
Skeletor does. He-Man in general, though they just made a new He-Man on Netflix.
No.
Yep.
Oh, is it good?
I have not really watched it, but some nerd friends of mine have been giving it the thumbs up.
All right, I might have to give that a watch actually. Yeah, because I did love watching that as a kid. I remember my brother had the bed sheets even.
I think we all did. I think if you were a child of the age, you were legally required to.
Yeah, do you remember Boglins?
No, I think that's a UK thing.
I don't know if it is. It was like these weird, like ugly, kind of troll-looking things that were like puppets.
Yeah, that was definitely not an American thing.
Boglins were amazing.
That even sounds British.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
That sounds British. The Boglins.
The Boglins. But anything... Well. Anyway, what did you play with? What was your, like...
He-Man, G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Can't get much more American than that.
No. I did love a bit of Barbie. I love my Barbie dolls.
The funny thing is, my G.I. Joes were better, like, for wrestling than the WWF figures. So, like, I would used to, like, use the WWF ring playset with G.I. Joes and, like, have my G.I. Joes wrestle.
I feel like WWE would have loved it if they could use the G.I. Joe name brand as someone.
I mean, they kind of did with Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, but he was like Sergeant Slaughter. He was kind of more of like the...
But he was in the G.I. Joe cartoon at points.
Yeah. He wasn't a pretty boy, though. G.I. Joe was a pretty boy. He was kind of like more like the John Cena. Right?
Yeah, but he was still actually in the fucking cartoon.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question about wrestling. Who was your favorite from the Attitude Era?
Well, during the Attitude Era, I was actually much more of an ECW and WCW mark than I was. I didn't actually care for the Attitude Era.
Oh, were you a big Mick Foley guy then?
I liked Mick Foley, but let's see. In the height of the Attitude Era, I was liking a lot of what WCW was doing. Like, I liked Chris Jericho at the time before he went over to the WWE. The Lionheart Chris Jericho,
yeah.
Like the cocky 1 foot pin, like that he would do all the time was just fucking chef's kiss to that shit. Of course, I was a Goldberg mark. It was hard not to be. Like, say what you want about his work. The intensity of his intro and like how they booked him.
Yeah.
It was hard not to be like, oh, that's awesome.
I heard that Edge just did his full Brood entrance somewhere.
Nice.
I think it's for WWE. But it sucked because apparently the person that trained me to wrestle was Gangrel. And apparently Gangrel was supposed to do that full entrance for like AEW. And then the Edge did it at WWE and he didn't know. And he like called him and was like, hey, did you see I did the Brood entrance? Hope it gets you like more bookings. And he was like, actually, brother, I was going to do that at AEW and now I can't. And he was like super bummed.
Oh, that sucks.
I should reach out to Gangrel. He's an amazing, amazing human being. And I still love to watch his old wrestling. I think he's... God, what an entrance that was.
Oh, the Brood entrance was rad.
Oh my God. I mean, the whole gimmick was just chef's kiss to that. But yeah, I would love to see WWE or somebody using Gangrel because that is a guy that has, put his entire life into it and just is so great.
Well, it's kind of crazy that like Edge and Christian got such bumps and then Gangrel just kind of got left.
I know. I'm sure there's something behind it, but it just sucks because he really is. He's the nicest guy. Very badass. It was funny because when I was training, he was like, God, in the ring, I was like terrified of him. And outside of the ring, I was like, he's the nicest guy ever. But he just puts everything in the ring, you know. What a great guy. And I know he has a school in Florida. If anybody who's in Florida and wants to train somewhere, go to Gangrel.
Is that where you trained down in Florida? Or?
No, I was here in LA before he moved down there, but yeah, what a guy. What a guy.
What made you decide to get in the ring, by the way?
So I mean, I watched wrestling obviously when I was younger, and then I didn't watch for many years, and I kind of started watching it again. I think it was just on one time, and so I started watching it again, and I was already kind of working out a ton and doing all that shit, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll give this a try. So I found somewhere to go and train, and yeah, the rest is history. Yeah, so I trained, and then yeah, it was super fun. I had a tag team partner for a while. We were the Killer Bays. Heather is now still a Bay, but she's on her own. I'm sorry, Heather,
for abandoning her.
I abandoned her.
She turned your back on her.
Still one of my best friends, though. We did some really cool shit together. Like we got to tour with a band called Pucifer, who is, if anybody's like a Tool fan, it was one of Maynard's side projects. And instead of having an opening band, they wanted an opening wrestling act. And originally, it was my other friend, Kat. She was my character for that show. And then she couldn't do it, so she asked me to come in and do it. And so I got to do a whole tour of the US opening for Pucifer, which was great. And that's how I met my tag team partner.
Fucking sick.
Yeah, it was great. And it was nice because the band had to like sound check every day, whereas we just did the same match every night. And I mean, wait, it's not choreographed.
No, it's 100% real. Way to break kayfabe. Way to break kayfabe.
Everyone knows these days, it's fine. The thing is you can't treat wrestling fans like they're idiots, because they're not, and I think everybody gets it, and it's just fun. Anyway, so they would all have to do sound check. So me and Heather would just go, and whatever city we're in, go and find something fun to do. So I got to see a lot of the US. It was super fun. And met one of my best friends. Oh my God. Do you know what's super weird? My old tag team partner Heather just texted me and posted, it's a video it's like something of us wrestling.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, that's so weird. Ah, it's almost as if she heard me.
She's listening in.
It's
good to know that the alert will go off when my phone's on fucking vibrate.
Yeah, same. I was like, no, I never have my phone not on vibrate. It's annoying because then when I lose it, everyone's like, call your phone. I'm like, what kind of animal has their phone with sound on? Who are you? But then I can never, if I lose my phone, I'm screwed.
Fuck old people. I don't want to hear that shit again. Get kidnapped. It's cool. Fuck.
He doesn't mean that.
I do. I mean every last fucking word of it.
Who's kidnapping old people anyway?
Somebody, obviously.
Oh, wait. Was it just that they're lost? They're just in the grocery store going around and around and around.
Fucked if I know, but they interrupted my fucking podcast, so I don't care.
You should just get them on the podcast, figure out what their issue is.
Here, Grandpa, want some whiskey? What's wrong with you?
He probably fucking does. Listen, if he's that old, he probably just wants some whiskey. But then you've got to hear them like rant about racist nonsense. Isn't that fun with old people? You're like, they're so sweet, and then they're like super racist or homophobic, and you're like, oh, never mind. Guess you're still a dick.
Yeah, my grandfather was like old liberal, like still said some racist shit sometimes.
He was liberal for his day and age, I guess.
Like, grandparents always voted Democratic and like
yeah,
anti-guns, and still said some racist shit sometimes.
Yeah, well, things change with their age, and I don't know. I'm just giving people excuses, I guess. I don't know.
And they were products of a different fucking time, but still.
Yeah, I guess you got to give people that. Things change. I'm sure, when I'm old, if I make it, somebody will be like, "Her views are really shitty," and I'll be like, "It was fun. That was cool in my day." I don't know why I'm like American by the time I'm old. I don't know. I'm like from the South all of a sudden.
You're just going to be here long enough that you just become American.
I mean, I am technically an American. What am I?
How'd you cheat your way into the system?
Isn't it? But what? I'm US and UK. So what is? That's such a weird. I'm a turncoat in both respects.
Right?
I'm like a red and blue coat. Like
when the next War of 1812 happens, what side will you choose?
Neither. I'm going to run away. Follow Donald Trump.
My bone spurs.
My bone spurs. Oh no. Actually, to be fair, they probably wouldn't want me with my whiskey riddled body. It'd be useless.
Ah, to put you out in front.
That's true. Yeah. Oh shit. Fuck.
Go clear that foxhole, Laura.
I go in the foxhole drunk and fall asleep.
Hey, win-win.
Wake up, it's all over. I'm like, oh, what happened? Well, apparently America's not going to war anymore.
Give it about 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, we'll be right back in there.
It's kind of our main export.
Yeah.
We export entertainment and war. That's what we do.
Entertainment and war. Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, it kind of England too. So I guess it's on brand for both countries.
Yeah, you guys export a lot less of both.
A lot smaller.
Well, not at one point. At one point, the sun never set on the British Empire.
Oh, you had to bust that one out.
Of course.
The sun never sets on the British Isles. So they say, well, I guess it didn't, but colonizing is also why world wars happened instead of just country wars happened.
Yep.
God, we keep getting really depressing. It's either really perverted or really depressing.
Welcome to the show.
I guess welcome to life.
Right? It's either really perverted or really depressing. That's just how it rolls. You get really perverted to distract yourself from the really depressing.
That is true, which is why we're all a bunch of little old perverts. And America, what I love about America is how everyone's super Christian and respectable. But not at all. It's always the people that are the most like, you should behave yourself, be nice, be respectable. Why do I keep doing Southern? It's just easy. I mean,
it's easy to make fun of. It really just is.
I guess I could do like super Valley Girl, but I feel like the Valley Girl definitely is like down to have a good time and doesn't care who knows it.
For the gram.
Yeah. But I always find that so weird. Americans are so weird about nudity and sex and shit, but then
because the country was founded by fucking prudes.
Yeah, it's true.
They left England because y'all were fucking too much.
It's true. And they left from my hometown, the Mayflower. Yeah, they left from Plymouth, England, and then they landed here, and they were like, what are we going to call this? Plymouth.
Yeah. So original back in the day.
So original.
Oh, yeah, if you go to New England, like, all the towns are the fucking same name.
Yeah, they've got, like, Plimptons and Exmouths and all of that kind of stuff. But, yeah, I can just imagine the people back in the day, especially being from a port city where it's probably full of prostitutes, and they're like, wait, so why are you guys leaving? Oh, okay. See you later. Bye. Good luck.
The king fucks too much.
Everybody's fucking, everybody's rotting, and everybody's drinking, and they're like, yeah, what's your problem? You want to leave because of that? All right.
You want to go to the new world because of that?
Sucks for you.
Right.
And look at us now. Everyone's still rotting and drinking away.
Rotting and drinking and fucking. And it's so...
Rotting is... Nobody uses the word rotting anymore, I suppose. Unless you watch Outlander. Great show, by the way.
I haven't seen it.
That's good. If you're into some good old-fashioned, old-timey sex.
Like, what do you mean by old-timey sex?
Yeah, like ladies like to watch these shows because it's like handsome young studs, and there's all this like fucking, but it's like super like PG fucking. But still,
they're kicking their
better looking.
They're kicking their bloomers up.
Kicking their bloomers up and having a whale of a time. I love kicking my bloomers up.
Sounds so formal.
It's not. Trust me.
I will take your word for it. You won't tell the audience about it, but I'll take your word for it.
I won't. I didn't just wink and pretend like nobody could hear this.
Uh-huh.
Make sure it's all cut out. Make sure all the bad cuts completely.
All the bad cuts?
Yeah, bad cuts.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Let's talk about purses or something that won't get me in trouble.
Who is it going to get you in trouble with?
Dunno. No one gives a fuck about me anyway.
Your manager's going to be like, what the fuck did you say on that podcast?
Oh!
So how is the auditioning process going for you these days?
Well, everything's still weird, isn't it? Because of COVID. But everything's online now. Everything. I think I'm probably going to be the last generation of people to remember auditioning in person. Because, God, it's been years since I've even auditioned in person. It just doesn't seem to happen anymore. And it was already kind of transitioning over to everything being self-taped or online. And then COVID hit, and it's like everything is going to be... I can't imagine going to something in person.
Do you think that makes it easier to do the audition or harder?
I think kind of both, because as I've already mentioned, technology hates me. So it's difficult because sometimes you've got all these different things, like something doesn't want to upload, or you can't put something together, and they kind of expect you to like know how to do all this tech stuff that I don't know how to do. Like I've had a few where it's like, audition, but pretend like you're doing a TikTok. You can use the TikTok app. And I'm like, I don't do any of that stuff. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to loop these things. And like, I don't know. But at the same time, if it is something a little more straightforward where I just have to, film it with a person, then it's nice because you can do a few different takes and then be like, okay, well, I like that one better. It's not walk into the room and you have to, that's the one chance you have. So, it's kind of like everything with technology. It has the good things and the bad things.
Less nerves about it too?
Yeah, I guess so. Because you're just there. And like I said, you don't have to think it's now or never. Because it's like, okay, I'm going to do this. Oh, I didn't like that one. Oh, I can do it again. So yeah, definitely less nerves. But then you get the tech fucking bullshit that I'm not good at. You are magical. Like, this entire setup is bonkers. I've never seen so many cameras in one apartment.
Laura watching was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, it's really kind of a set.
It's really kind of a set, yeah. I'm impressed. I actually I'm going to have to figure out where you got these lights. You're going to have to tell me, because that is great. Because my lighting setup for my auditions is bullshit. It is such bullshit.
Yeah, those lights are super not cheap.
Neither am I, baby.
Oh, shit.
Hey!
Oh, shit.
No, they're nice. They're nice.
I love that we're talking about my lighting that the audience currently cannot see because...
No, the audience, they're nice, though. They're sexual. They look like kind of like tits, actually.
That's why I bought them. Just so they look like tits.
They're kind of like imagine like a fake boob. Like it even looks like it has like kind of a nipple on them.
Just a very bulbous fake boob.
Very huge, big old boobies.
Huge.
I'm going to try and stuff them under my shirt. It's about the only time I'll have tits.
That would be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous.
Spread her up.
I mean, I'd topple over.
You'd be like your hero Barbie, just in bad proportions.
Do love Barbie. She was great. She bad proportions though, yeah. It just wouldn't have worked.
Someone did the science line, like it would break her back.
Yeah.
It literally like just break her back.
Yeah. No, she was like all leg, all boob. Didn't know. Couldn't even put her feet flat. Probably had bunions. Poor bitch. Let Barbie just have a bit of a break, man. Let her
enjoy her dream house.
God, and her speedboats and everything else.
She doesn't have to be on all the time. God damn it, Ken.
Be on all the time.
Fucking Ken.
Wait, what was the other guy? She had another boyfriend though too. Her and Ken broke up, and then she had another. I don't know.
No, Skipper was the kid's sister.
Skipper was the kid's sister, but there was another.
Why do I know that?
I don't know. It kind of impressed me.
I'm a wealth of pointless knowledge. Just a fucking wealth.
Isn't it weird the things in your brain that you'll pick out and you're like, why? Like, of all the things I need to remember, why am I remembering this bit of information?
I am really asking myself that right now.
It's actually very annoying when I forget things that I really need to remember, and then you remember Skipper, and you're like, I don't. Why?
Just instantly remembered Skipper, like no, just instantly.
Yeah. I mean, I forgot which one Skipper was. What was there was Ken. There was, I don't know. What was she had some buds. She had some friends. I don't remember their names.
No one does. She doesn't remember their names anymore either.
Oh, Barbara.
She's like, that's when and before I made it. Those are the little people now.
Damn. What a bitch.
Right?
Oh.
Could you imagine Barbie if she was a real person, like today, like her Instagram following and just how many thirsty dudes would be?
Well, but are we talking about Barbie looking as Barbie, or are we talking about her in her real age?
Barbie looking as Barbie, obviously.
Oh, god damn. Yeah, no, she is the reason why a lot of girls look the way they do these days. She's the reason for many a breast implant, I'm sure.
And a little tummy tuck here and there.
A little tummy tuck here and there, an eyelid lift. Hey, we're living in LA. There's all the things you can do. You can get a fake ass these days.
I know. What do you think of that trend?
You know, it's not for me, but I think it looks a little ridiculous. Because it doesn't match up when girls have like these skinny thighs and then they've got a huge ass. It kind of looks like they're wearing a dirty diaper. But also, I'm like...
Also, some of those girls are like getting like, when they get the big ass, they're getting bigger thighs too, but it looks like almost saddlebags.
It just looks a little, it looks a bit odd to me, but I suppose like to each their own. Like if it makes someone happy, then, you know, whatever. I'm not going to do it. Do it. People do some ridiculous things, you know. People turn themselves, like Catman, turn himself into a cat. You get people that do all kinds of body modifications. I guess it's kind of like that. So,
but this is a little different than like other body modifications. Like when a tattoo artist goes crazy on you and like does wild face tattoos and neck and all that, that's just one guy with a tattooer's license. When you do it with plastic surgery, that's a guy who went to fucking medical school. That's a doctor doing that shit.
Yeah, I suppose so. And it is one of those things where it's like, if somebody's getting really tattooed or pierced or this or that, like those people know that it's an extreme look. They're really going for that, and it's not, you know, it's a huge part of their lives. I just think it's a little concerning when there are women getting things done because they think it makes them look prettier, that down the line they're going to regret and think, oh man, now I look like an idiot. I mean, I guess you can get it taken out. I don't know.
On some of it, I'm sure if you get your skin pulled too far back with a facelift, that's just how it is now.
Gotta start stretching out again then.
How do you...
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how it works.
I don't understand. But yeah, I think... I wonder what it feels like to sit down on a fake bum.
I don't know. I imagine it's not good for road trips. Well, it's all fat.
Maybe it's better. Maybe it's better for a road trip.
I guess it is all fat transfer, right?
No, I think they actually put like an implant in there like they do with boobs and stuff.
Hold on. We're finding out.
I'm very intrigued. Yeah. It's easy. A lot of people want to kind of talk crap on that. But I mean, hey, man, I'm not going to do it to my body. But if somebody wants to do it to their body, it's their body. Their body, their choice. Hey.
Well, so the Brazilian butt lift is a fat transfer.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Does it then, like, can it just go, does it just dissolve itself, or? Because you could get, like, butt implants, too. I think.
I mean, there is a placement of silicone buttock implants.
Because I've definitely seen women where I'm like, you can see, like, a ridge.
Yeah, the Brazilian butt lift is supposed to look more natural because it's, using real fat.
Oh.
The procedure, usually performed under anesthesia, is a procedure where a smaller volume of fat is transferred and may be done using only local anesthesia. Your surgeon uses liposuction to remove fat from other areas of the body, such as your hips, stomach, and thighs. And the fat stores have been removed from your body, are purified and ready for injection into your buttocks. They purify your fat.
Weird. hey, yeah, man, I don't know, to each their own. I don't think you can. I don't know why people care so much. It's not your body. If you don't want to do it, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Same way as I feel about abortion. If you don't like it, just don't get one. I don't know. Somebody's body, they can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah. Unless you're carrying my child, then you cannot carry it to term. You cannot.
You cannot.
You cannot.
Shit.
You're not carrying my child.
Wait.
What?
Oh.
Is that what happened in Vegas? I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there. I was roofied.
Yeah, I did. I dragged you all the way there and back, and you didn't even know it.
And then got your boyfriend's name tattooed on you.
Yeah, that was a weird night. Weird night. I told you it was some shit that you wouldn't believe.
It's like, hey, babe, we're celebrating raping that dude by getting our initials tattooed on each other.
Damn. Yeah.
It's a wild choice.
It's a bold decision.
Yeah, raping a dude usually is.
I think rape in general is a pretty far out there shitty thing to do.
I agree.
Don't really think you should do it.
No.
Pretty against that one.
That's a real easy stance to have. Like, what a dangerous stance there, Laura.
I know. Well, you say that, but isn't it weird that it's the crime? There's like, you can get 10 grand for reporting, not even a person getting an abortion, but an Uber driver taking somebody to get an abortion.
Oh, no. My whole plan to combat this is start reporting the airlines. Like, the actual airline.
Yeah.
Like, the minute you start bringing civil suits against, like, United and Delta, they'll be like, fuck this.
Yeah.
We got money.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But there's no line set up to report rapists or murderers. Actual people that are murdering real human beings, raping real human beings. But somebody that wants to get rid of something that looks like a fucking tadpole, if that, you're going to report everyone around them. Dude, that's nuts! And if you don't think that's nuts, then you're nuts!
Should I just keep 10 grand handy and like, yeah, fuck you. I've done it. Doing it.
Dude, that's crazy. That shit's wild. Man, I don't know.
That would be a crazy baller move if you had the money to just walk into the courthouse with 10 grand and be like, yep, doing it.
I also wonder, like, how does that work if somebody helps somebody in Texas that is out of state? Like, sure, it's out of their jurisdiction. So, like, I could say, yeah, I'm gonna fly somebody out. I'm gonna put them up. I'm gonna take them somewhere. What, Texas is then gonna take me to Texas? And like,
it's civil, so they could technically sue you civilly in Texas.
That's so dumb.
And possibly get, a conviction in extensia if you don't show up for it.
They'd probably try and execute me for the death penalty, even though they're pro-life.
Yeah,
the irony.
Texas very much still has a death penalty, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, even California does too, right?
Yeah, we don't have the gas chamber anymore, though.
I think it's pretty rare that it's used too, right? I think it's kind of the reason why I don't agree with the death penalty, and this is kind of one of those things that Americans don't seem to. Hey, I get it. Some people do really, really shitty things, and trust me, I would like to stab a fool. But it's also when people talk about how they're like, oh, I don't want to pay for somebody to live for the rest of their life. It's like, it's actually more expensive to have somebody on death row because it costs so much.
Well, they get a lot of appeals.
Exactly. And so it's like, actually, even from a financial standpoint, the death penalty does not make sense. And also, how many people are killed wrongly? I don't think it's worth it. And also, I just think it's fucking weird. That's like some barbaric, like, we should have put that behind us years ago, like most other.
Well, and if we're going to go full on barbaric, we should do some Hunger Games shit. Fuck just executing them.
Well, if you're going to go super barbaric, then just, come on, bring back like the Iron Maiden or something. At least make it interesting.
No. Think of all the gambling revenue on like a Coliseum, some Hunger Games shit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it feels like. But maybe I'm just too liberal. I don't know. My dad called me a big old liberal lefty one time, and I was like, you raised me, you idiot. It's your fault.
Sorry,
Your fault,
I came
dumbass.
from a country with socialized healthcare, Dad. Sorry.
That's another one. I love when people try and argue with me about having standardized healthcare here, and they're like, yeah, but in other countries, they wait forever, and the healthcare is really bad. And I'm like, and how do you know this? Have you experienced that? Well, no. And when I'm like, well, I have, and I can tell you, it's delicious in other countries. Like, it is just great, you know? I put my arm through a window when I was a kid, like, went through tendons, everything. My bill? 0. And they're like, oh, but it's in your taxes. Yeah, it's in my taxes, but it still works out cheaper than paying for a bunch of healthcare that then I have to have a deductible and all this other crap.
Well, like on the capitalism spectrum of it, besides that insurance companies and other companies are making a lot of money from it,
Yeah.
as a general employer, don't you want your employees fucking healthy?
Yeah. I also just, don't you want like a healthy, educated population?
Well educated.
Oh no, you don't want people too healthy and too smart. That would be terrible.
No, you want them healthy so they can go work for you.
Oh, that's true from that standpoint, yeah.
Right, I'm talking about like, horrible capitalism employer standpoint. Like, no, you want them fucking healthy and dumb.
Yeah. At least healthy, come on.
Because sick employees call off, and that's lost productivity.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I think the whole lack of healthcare here is wild. I don't know how they manage to like con people into thinking it's a bad thing. I can tell you, I wait just as long to see a doctor here than I did in England. So I don't understand what they're reasoning in. I mean, maybe they'll say, like, but the doctors here are the best in the world.
That's the usual argument.
It's just not true. There are great doctors everywhere.
One of my friends was like, but people fly to America for healthcare. I'm like,
They also fly to other countries for healthcare too, though.
Yeah, like Rand Paul flew to Canada for healthcare.
Yeah, they also go to, like, India has great doctors everywhere. Like, you think every good doctor just comes to the US? No! There's doctors in every country all over the world. They don't all come here. People are batshit.
People believe what they want to believe. And in all honesty, my brother-in-law actually pointed this out to me when they were living in the UK. It was like, having your healthcare tied to your employer stifles entrepreneurship. Because if I have a family and I want to strike out on my own, it's a giant risk because my healthcare is tied to my current employer.
Yeah.
I can't start a new business.
Yeah, the whole thing's... Yeah. Do these cameras work again, do you think?
No, and even if they do, I'm not going to start them up mid-show.
What if I flash a tit? No, I'm kidding.
You wouldn't be the first guest.
Oh, dear.
Many tits have been shown on this show before.
So many tits. My tits would probably be the least impressive, so they don't want to see that anyway.
I mean, they've seen mine, so yours are definitely more impressive than mine.
Don't know about that. Don't know about that.
Oh.
They're pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, mine are hairy, though.
Mine are too. I'm kidding.
She's not kidding. I can see the hairs pushing out.
I plucked them earlier, actually. It's fine.
See, you have such little chest hair, you can pluck them. I have to weed whack this shit.
Could you imagine?
Me having a hairy chest, yes, every morning.
Yeah, I can't imagine having a hairy chest.
Probably a good thing.
I can't imagine having hair, like a hairy, like a beard. That seems so annoying to me. I mean, I know like women have to deal with like removing a lot of body hair. And I know as a man, like you don't have to shave your face. And let's face it, most men look better with facial hair. But is it like itchy?
Sometimes, yeah. Especially when it's first growing in, yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like it would be very annoying.
It super is sometimes. And every dude I've ever met, myself included, is like, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, I just can't wait to grow up to be able to shave. And that's like...
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And then it happens. See, my brother was unfortunate enough to be... We're a very hairy family. Like a pack of werewolves. And my brother, I remember he was 18 and he went away to university. And he went away kind of clean shaven. The next time I saw him, this is an 18-year-old, and I still think like an 18-year-old is a boy. Like Charles Manson, huge beard. It was massive. I was like, who is this man? What the hell is that? Anyway, yeah, I don't know how we got into my brother's beard.
Well, you were just talking about men's facial hair in general.
Men's facial hair in general just seems fucking annoying.
It definitely is at times. It's just like, especially because it doesn't always want to grow in evenly. It's like, all of a sudden my sideburns will just have like fucking 5 rogue hairs that are just longer than the rest of them. It's like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's really fucking annoying.
Body hair in general really needs to just behave itself.
I know. As I get older, it's like, oh, I'm starting to get more back hair. That's real great. Everyone loves that.
Everybody loves back hair.
It's funny, like, chest hair, sexy. Women love that. Back hair, nobody.
Nobody loves back hair. Not enough love for back hair.
I wonder why back hair has the whole stigma.
I don't know. Yeah, why is it that hair on certain parts of the body is okay and not on others?
I don't know. Like,
unless you're a woman, in which case you have like head, okay, eyebrows, great, eyelashes, great. And apart from that, people are like, ew, no.
How dare hair grow where it's supposed to grow?
How dare you grow hair on your armpits as a woman?
Well, I saw someone post this on Twitter recently, like, having pubes as a woman is not a fetish. It happens naturally.
It's a normal thing.
Right.
Very normal. Yeah.
When did this become a fetish?
Yeah, it's weird that the norm is now a fetish. Any pubes?
Yeah.
Any pubes? Is every girl like shaving them all? I'm way behind. Oh dear.
Is it the 70s down there?
Not quite the 70s. I'd say it's like maybe like early 80s.
Oh, so like a big tan line?
Huge. No. I'm actually, I avoid the sun like I would say the plague, but I'm going to say like COVID, which I failed at. But I'm very pasty. I had on SPF 70, a hat, stayed in the shade in Vegas. Like, I don't do the sun. I understand my role. I am very white. I can't be in the sun. Me and the sun don't have a good relationship. So I am pasty as hell. I have no tan lines.
Same. I'm like, I like being out at night.
I'm also a night owl, yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Daylight. I get my vitamin D from pills.
Yeah, I remember a few years ago I had to go to the doctor just for like a regular physical, whatever. And, they do all the tests, all the blood work, whatever. And I go back and the lady's like, everything looks great. I don't know how. She went, everything looks great apart from you're really low on vitamin D. And I just went, wait, isn't that the sun one? Sounded real smart. But I was like, wait, that comes from the sun. I live in California. And she was like, that happens a lot though, because people avoid it here. So yeah, I had to take these crazy pills every week and then take one every day, like a lower dose every day. I was so like low on vitamin D. Not the other D though.
Ah! Hence the tattoo. I mean, I don't think anyone gets anyone's initials when it's like, nah, this is lacking. We're going to get to...
Does it look... What do you think those initials look like? Because I was like, does it look like a cog? Or it's kind of like God, dog? Who knows? Weird lettering.
Yeah.
It's there now.
It's there forever.
It's there now forever.
So you black out your whole arm.
Well, I was going to say lasering is a thing.
It is.
It is
It's supposed to be a fucking painful thing at that.
Yeah. But it's small lettering, it's fine. It wouldn't be that bad. I'm already thinking about it. God, that's I'm kidding. We've been talking about this the whole time. He was like, do you want to get rid of it yet? I'm like, no.
Like, that sounds like such a trick question.
I love it. No, I love it. My mum doesn't know. Not even a little bit.
See, even if I was madly in love with somebody, I don't think I'd ever get their initials tattooed on me.
You're really making me feel really good about this choice I've made.
This is for me.
I never thought I would ever get anybody's name or initials. But he got mine, and then I felt like, oh.
You got peer pressured into it?
No, but I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's a tattoo. You can cover them up. You can get rid of them. It's fine.
You can pull the Johnny Depp and turn...
Or you can actually just keep it and maybe stay together forever.
Yeah, that hasn't worked out for me so well, so...
I'm twice divorced, so...
Twice divorced? Really?
I'm twice divorced, yeah.
Oh, so which one was for the citizenship?
Neither, cheeky. No, I married my first husband in England, and we moved out here. I was just young. Second husband, I was already here, and we won't talk about him.
That was for the citizenship, got it.
No, not at all. I was actually already a citizen, but we just don't talk about him.
Gotcha.
And now I will never get married again. It was funny, my aunt was like, "You're in Vegas, don't get married without me." And I won't be getting married ever again. I've already given you 2. Relax.
So you're just opposed to it at this point?
I don't really see the point.
Well, do you have a living trust set up?
A what?
So, your partner is not legally your next of kin unless you have that shit set up. So if you were to get into a horrible accident or some shit, he couldn't make medical decisions for you.
Which is unfortunate because my family are in another country. So that
right.
Maybe I should do that. I might have to do that because, like I said, my family are in another country. Actually, I do have some family in Florida, but still.
That's another country.
Far. It's basically another country at this point. Good to know. I'll be setting that up. I'm on Google right now. You can see in the wide zoom.
Well, and that was something that was happening pre-gay marriage to a lot of homosexual couples.
Yeah. Because it's not. See, that's the thing. There's all these things that you get with being married that is like, you should be able to have that.
Yeah. That's honestly, because that and the rad party are really the only reasons to get married.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Even my uncle was like, "You should get married again one day, Laura. You have really fun weddings." I'm like, "Thanks. I'm glad you all enjoy the party I'm paying for."
Well, marry up and get them to pay for the party.
Damn. Just marry some super rich dude. Oh.
Not rich dude, but that's my plan, is to marry up.
Marry up. Maybe I'm a rich chick.
Well, yeah, obviously. I'm not going to marry a dude. Not my cup of tea.
Hey, to each their own. To each their own.
100%. I am not knocking other people that are into dudes.
Don't give a shit. Be into whatever you're into. And, well, as long as it's consenting adults. That's all that matters. That is all that matters.
Exactly. As long as it's consenting adults, have at.
Is it a consenting pig? Doesn't matter. Can't consent when you're a pig.
But it can consent to being bacon. Bacon.
I feel so bad. I know.
I don't. Not in the least.
See, that's where I'm like, I do. I need to stop eating meat. I feel so guilty. Because would I kill a kid? Oh, God, I wouldn't kill a kid. Oh, no.
My audience has heard the story. I definitely stabbed a pig in Cuba.
I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it.
Well, and it's one of those things where, like, I didn't really want to do it. I was asked to do it, and I'm of the mindset of, like, I'm going to eat meat. I can't shy away from that.
See, that's why I feel like a hypocrite. And that's why I'm like, if you feel like a hypocrite, you need to reassess things. So I'm trying to cut back. And like I said, not pushing it on other people. But I'm like, I feel like a hypocrite because I couldn't kill a cow or a pig. I could kill a goose. I don't like geese. Long story, but I don't.
All the foie gras. All the foie gras.
Which is funny because I don't really want to eat foie gras, but I really don't like geese. I got attacked by a goose. So,
they do that.
Yeah, they're fucking assholes. I was a child and I got attacked by a goose, so now I'm like, fuck geese. But I couldn't kill a cow or a pig. I could probably kill a fish. So I'm like, maybe I'll go pescatarian.
Killing fish is real easy. You just hold them up.
Yeah, and you just give it a bang. I don't think I would feel too bad. So, that's where I'm like, all right, I'll go like fish and I ate crickets one time in Japan.
Nice.
It's fine.
It
didn't really taste like much, to be honest.
I ate ants in Colombia, so.
Yeah, like I could kill and eat an ant. I could kill and eat crickets. Certain bugs, not that I would probably want to eat them, but I could.
Hey, if cockroaches taste like lobster, sign me up.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not? They probably don't. I don't think they do.
They are kind of related.
But I don't think they taste... I
doubt they taste the same.
I think we would have heard about it by now.
Yeah, it would. Some fucking Michelin star restaurant would be
Oh,
searching
100%.
like, oh, we have sauteed Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
Ah, nom, 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 nom.
It's a delicacy.
Yeah.
It's $100 a plate.
Sure. It was weird. I went to, the reason why I ate crickets is I was at a bar in Japan, and that was like their like peanuts. And I saw it and I was like, all right, fuck it. Why not? When in Rome and when in Japan, like just try it.
Hell yeah.
And it wasn't like super tasty. It was just kind of, all right.
The ants were just salty and crunchy. They were delicious. It was just like
salt.
It was just like salt and crunch. You're like, oh yeah, I could eat these all day. Like I bought a bag because they have street vendors in like
Probably
tourist.
super low in calories too.
Right. It's all protein. It's
all protein.
The new bodybuilder diet, just ants.
It's just ants. You got to eat like a sack of them though.
Well, and it's funny. They're supposed to be an aphrodisiac.
Ants? Really?
The giant ants are supposed to be.
Okay. All right. I mean,
I was not hornier than usual.
I don't think the aphrodisiac thing is even a real thing. When people say this is an aphrodisiac, no, it fucking isn't. It's just food. Shut up. No food is making me horny. It might make me sleepy. It's not. No, come on.
Oh, it might make you horny. You're like, oh shit, this guy can afford this meal and might be able to do things for my life. That makes me horny.
Yeah, or I can imagine maybe like this sausage, you'd shamming it down your throat and you're like, oh.
Oh.
Hello. Or somebody's eating like a fucking oyster and they're like, oh. Maybe that's the
What's
only
that tongue
reason.
do?
Yeah, like that's the only thing. It's not like the food itself. It's more of a like, what does this remind you of though?
Yeah, but if other fucking drugs can instill euphoria and other fucking
Yeah, you know what makes you horny? Viagra.
As long as you have someone to use it with.
I think it's gonna make you horny no matter what, baby.
I don't know. Never down a little blue pill.
Yeah. I saw a funny thing on the internet that was saying if something about like abortions where they're like if you can fix limp dick and that's okay, then you should be able to have abortions and whatever.
The one I saw was
God's will. It's like
like we should outlaw Viagra because if it's God's will to have a child, it's God's will to have a limp dick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's fair. It's very fair.
I'm all about like mandatory vasectomies. I'm cool with it.
You know, people have been talking about that, and everyone seems like it's such a wild thing, but it does seem to me, and obviously I'm a woman, so my opinion is going to be different, but it's really unfair that the issue, especially in this country, right, is people, because it's a very kind of like religious country, which I also fucking hate, because I don't care if you're religious, but I believe in true separation of church and state. Because not everyone's the same religion. Some people aren't religious. Keep your religion out of law.
That's why I love the Church of Satan, by the way.
The Temple of Satan, you mean? As do I. And I donate to the Temple of Satan, and I fucking love them. And everyone gets confused because they're like, you're devil worshippers. And I'm like, it's an atheist organization that just uses Baphomet. Sorry, you got me going on that. I love the TST. Fuck yes. And they seem to be the only religious organization with any fucking morals or backbone these days.
When they were going to put the statue of Bahamut in Oklahoma City, that was amazing.
Yes. I love them. Yeah, no, they're great. Where are we going with this? God, you got me going with them. I love them.
About abortion.
Oh, the hot topic of the week.
It is.
Hot topic of the week. But yeah, no, they're doing a bunch of great stuff right now to go against the laws, but they're being enacted because it's just, you can't, I mean, I guess you could go on about this all day, but I guess we shouldn't because it is depressing.
I mean, we're here already. We shouldn't just walk away from it.
It does seem like it's specifically just an attack on like controlling people's bodies, because if you really are against abortion, then you should want proper sex education, give out birth control like it's fucking candy, and then if you do that, you probably won't end up having as many abortions. But it's people that are like, well, we don't really want sex education. Hey, just tell people not to have sex. Oh, birth control is really bad. And then you're going to be surprised when people get pregnant. And also, it takes two to bloody tango.
Well, and that's one thing humans are really good at. We fuck.
we're really good at fucking. And so if you know that this is the one thing that, much like me, if you tell me it's bad and don't do it, it just makes me want to do it more. Just tell people like the actual real facts, the science behind things, give them birth control, explain everything properly. And you can't expect these people to then, especially because we don't have standardized healthcare in this country, they can't afford a lot of this shit. So you're going to make somebody have a child that they can't afford to have.
Ruining that kid's life. Ruining two lives.
You're ruining two lives. Like, it's just not, it doesn't make sense to me. Just think about it critically. Like, all right, fine. All right. You don't like abortion. I get it. You know who doesn't like abortion? Everyone. Nobody wants to have an abortion. It's just.
I do. I want to have an abortion.
I'll chop it out of you later. Don't worry. Get the knives out. Get the coat hanger out.
Just don't go in through the urethra.
That's where I was going to go. Shit.
Not into sounding. No. Oof.
And that's what I'm saying. And you don't, you just push it underground. You just make it less safe. It's just, I mean, it's just have a bit of common sense.
America? Common sense? That's not how we roll.
Common sense. Come on, man. A lot of it just doesn't make sense. Just think about it critically, you know?
Critical thinking, also not how we roll.
Also, I posted something earlier, and somebody said, like, oh, so if conception is going to start at 2 weeks, if you can't get rid of a baby, then you know what? Child support too, then, motherfucker.
Going forward, just anal in Texas. That's all I'm doing in Texas. Just anal.
Just anal. That's what it's going to turn into, though, isn't it?
Just
Anal
butt Texas.
Stuff. Just butt stuff. Oof. That's rough.
Yeah, and you got to lubricate.
Lot of lube's going to be involved there. Just buckets. You're just going to find that the lubrication industry is just going to go way up in Texas just because of you. Okay.
Just me and my butt sex in Texas.
You and your butt sex. Why does it always go back to?
Because I'm a pervert.
I mean, I guess everyone is. That's okay.
Yeah, but I admit it.
Yeah, because you're a normal human being. It's okay to be a pervert if you.
I'm well aware.
Yeah, it's okay.
My mother listens to this show. It's okay.
It's fine. Just be
butt stuff.
Just take care of your business. Just handle your business. You can be into some weird shit as long as it's all above board.
Exactly. As long as it's between two consenting adults.
Wait, I don't even care if it's between 100 consenting adults.
Well, that is still between two. There are two in the 100. There are.
Everyone's consenting. All 100 people are consenting.
Right. That's multiples of two.
Oh, no.
That's 50 times two.
I'm talking about orgies.
That's 50 times two.
Yeah, but what if there's like two in one hole even?
A fraction of consent?
Listen, it's consenting adults. That's all that matters. All that should matter. But people are fucking weird about shit. Anyway, it's just my opinion. I understand other people have different opinions, and I can't force my opinions on other people. But guess what?
You have the microphone, and they don't.
Ah, motherfuckers! You gotta listen to my shitty opinions, and then everyone tunes out.
Hey, by this point, I've gotten to listen, so that's fine.
Yeah. Well, and everything's so divisive these days. Everybody's like, left, right, up, down, east, west. But I'm like, listen, I have friends where I disagree with certain things that they say, but I fully agree with other things that they say. But everything's become so divisive, and then you just create this fucking echo chamber, which also isn't great because, if you want people to kind of listen and maybe broaden their horizons and understand your view, then you can't just say, you think this, so fuck you. Let's not talk.
Yeah, you're dumb. You believe this, you're dumb.
Yeah, you got to think, okay, well, why do you think this? I don't agree with it. This is why I don't agree with it. And
on top of it, no one in the history of the world has convinced someone to come over to their point of view by calling them an idiot.
Nope.
You dumb fuck, listen to me. Don't work.
Yeah,
does not work.
It doesn't. But I think that's the other thing about like social media and everything online is it's way easier. Like in person, people are more likely to be like, "Well, I don't know about that. How about this, man?" But online, they're like, "Fuck you! You're the devil. I hate you."
Because there's no consequences online.
Yeah, there's no consequences, and it's just that's why I'm not the biggest fan of social media and getting into political arguments online. Just doesn't really fucking change anything, unfortunately. It's just everyone yelling at each other.
For the most part, yeah.
Whereas in person, someone can say something, and you're like, hey, man, I think that's kind of fucked up because of this. And then they're like, yeah, all right, maybe.
And in person, you have to worry about someone punching you in the face.
Yes! 100% not enough people have been punched in the face in this world.
God, I wish the camera was running for that, because that should have been a clip.
Yes. But it is fucking true. Not enough people have had a fucking good punch to the face. I've received a few, mostly just stiff ones that were meant to happen, but still, you know, wrestling. But yeah.
Hell, even if you don't actually get punched in the face, the fear of the consequence of being punched in the face needs to happen for more people.
God, even getting a drink in the face is like, you know, oh, okay, shit.
Does that happen to you often?
No.
How many drinks have you thrown in people's faces, though?
No, I'm not a big drink thrower,
like,
to be
this
honest.
is valuable. I'm not going to throw it.
I'm not going to throw my drink in your face because I'm not going to waste my fucking drink on you. I'm more likely to just give you a good slap. Actually, I'm not a big... I was going to say a big slapper. In England, a slapper is a lady of the night.
Is that British slang for a lady of the night?
A slapper is kind of like a slag, a slut, whatever, whore, which I don't slut shame because I think it's a bullshit.
Oh, I agree. I've just never heard slapper. I've never heard that.
Yeah, slapper.
Never heard that slang.
Yeah, feel free to use it. It's fun.
I mean, derogatory terms about sex workers? Nah, not quite my bag, but...
I mean, I use it in a very endearing term, like, you're all right, you old slapper.
It sounds so British when you say it.
I mean, you know, I'll walk it, you know, I'll see my good lady friends, and I'll be like, sup, sluts?
Well, that's endearing. I mean, I call a lot of people motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Sup, motherfucker?
Yeah, it's completely fine.
If the camera was rolling, people could see, like, my anti-slut-shaming artwork behind you. Up.
Oh, wait, what?
No, top right. Like
this one. What? This?
No, you're at the right one. Red umbrella going.
Oh. Is she a lady of the night?
I would assume so with the red umbrella. And she may have found love.
Maybe she just likes the fucking red umbrella, man.
Well, I'm choosing the symbolism of the art I put on the wall.
I like it. You choose whatever you want.
I did. It's on the wall already.
Yeah. I like it. It's really hard to look behind me like that, sorry. I'm not very flexible at all. Ooh, this bitch. Raunchy bitch. Yeah. She's into... That man cannot... A whole woman cannot consent. It's dead.
Well, it's just an object at this point. Objects don't consent. Like, that'd be weird if you had to get, like, consent from your sex toys.
Yeah, but what if it's a real skull? Then it's necromance.
Still
Now it's necromance, though.
No. You're not raising it. It's just an item.
Listen, after I'm dead, if anybody wants to lick my skull, feel free. I won't care.
Exactly.
I'm giving you consent right now.
You'll be past tense.
Yeah. Look, you know, turn me into a lampshade once I'm dead. I don't even give a shit.
Is that what you really want for your remains?
Yeah, I don't really care. It's better than being buried or burnt. Like Ed Gein me. Like, turn me into a nipple belt for all I give a fuck. At least make it something fun. Make me some artwork. Taxidermy me.
Well, there's been a trend of people having family members' tattoos framed and, like, preserved and framed.
Let's do it. Someone do it. I'm going to donate any of my body to science first. They can study my alcohol-ridden corpse. But then after that, fuck it. Do whatever you want.
So is that what you really want? You really want to be donated to science?
Yep. Abso-fucking-lutely. Oh, I've got it on record now. Should anything happen, donate everything to science. Use me.
But you know you gotta be careful about that, right?
Why?
So,
because they say now that, like, they think that if you say that, then if they're on the fence of you living or dying, then they'll let you die.
No, it's not even that. There are firms that basically harvest low-income families, next to kin or deceased relatives for medical conferences, shit like that. Basically, they become part factories for, like, oh, hey, this medical conference is working on a new elbow technique. Well, we have all these extra elbows, and they just ship them off. They're like, it's not just... it's not what you would think donating to science is.
Shit. I wanted to help people, not,
Right, so you have to be careful about where you donate your body to. I actually went through this when we donated my father's body to science.
Oh, interesting. Shit, I didn't know you'd been through that. That's wild.
Because he died of Alzheimer's, and
yeah, so you definitely want, yeah,
and he had no final wishes or anything. So, and there was no money for a funeral or anything else. And the first place we found was like, yeah, we take care of all the expenses and everything. And it was like, okay. And then the Illinois Anatomical Society, we were able to go through them because they're reputable, but they charge for transportation of the body and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then like a buddy of mine forwarded me an article about like basically these chop shops that will take care of low income families, deceased members, just to chop them up for parts.
Because these poor people like don't have the money to get rid of the body.
Yeah, because the funeral industry's fucking expensive.
Another thing that is absolutely insane. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I would want to maybe like hit up a university and be like, here you go. Or if somebody wants nobody wants my liver, obviously, but like, you want my retinas? All right, take them. You want this? Give it to someone. Like, I want somebody to like benefit from it. But after that, yeah, go to a university so that they could figure things out. Definitely. Yeah, I don't want to go to some corporation to like make money off me. Fuckers.
But yeah, that's a thing here in America. Body chop shops.
Ugh. I mean, I guess that's very old timey though. That's like going back to like when people used to like rob graves. But at least they were technically doing it to learn more about human anatomy, which did benefit people. Still, you shouldn't go around robbing graves.
Yeah. It's just a weird situation. Like, yeah, for-profit anatomical collection.
Is it that weird? Or this is America? Everything's for
profit. It makes perfect sense for America. It's just...
yeah, it's very on brand. Very on brand.
Very on brand for America. Like, no.
Yeah, no, I think all of that shit is just fucking wild. Everything's about money here. But listen, and I'm all for like, I'm not one of those people that's like, fuck capitalism, it's terrible. But there's a time and a place for it. There are certain things like, people's health, their deaths, shit like that.
Work-life balance.
Their education. It's like,
well, you know why in the grand scheme, why we're never going to have free college or socialized healthcare, right?
God, please don't tell me that. I really want it to happen.
Well, because those are the major recruiting policies of the U.S. military. You get the GI Bill, you get to go to college for free. You get veterans benefits and free healthcare for life as a veteran. So why would they give it to the general public when they need more soldiers? That's the reality of the situation.
I don't like it. Take it away.
Take away the U.S. military?
Oh, well, I guess we did do that in Afghanistan, and that didn't turn out too good.
Nope. Not so good.
Not so good. I feel absolutely fucking awful for those people. Awful.
I feel awful for almost everyone involved. Like, the fact that there are people fighting, before we left, people fighting in Afghanistan that weren't even alive when the conflict started.
The whole thing, I mean, I just think what the US, and not just the US, but just Western countries have done to the Middle East in general is absolutely disgusting. A friend of mine is Iranian, and he's a little older than me. He's he's like 50-something right now. And he remembers Iran before the revolution. And the Shah of Iran, he showed me an interview that was so interesting. The Shah of Iran, the reason why they replaced him, this was something that the Western countries did, they replaced the Shah of Iran because he wanted to put the price up of...
He wanted to privatize Iranian oil, right?
He wanted to put the price up of oil, and gallons of oil, which they didn't fucking like, so they removed him. He was very smart. He, in this interview, was even stating, he was like, I just want the best for Iranians. I want intelligent Iranians. I want them to thrive because we can't rely on oil for the rest of our lives, or the rest of, And then they removed him. He got it. He knew what he was talking about. He knew that oil wasn't something that could last forever and shouldn't last forever. And he just wanted to benefit the people, and Western countries didn't like him putting up the price of oil. And so they replaced him with a bunch of fucking idiots. And if you look at pictures of Iran in the 70s, there are like pictures of like women going to university in miniskirts. Everyone's thriving. The country's doing great. And then, sorry, God, it's so grim. And I just feel like fucking, that's just shit. It's shit. There are countries that were doing so well. So fucking well.
Well, unfortunately, it all stems back to fucking post-World War I, fucking up the whole region.
Fucking hate it.
Thank you, UK and the French.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, people talk a lot of shit on, things that America's done, but England is no angel. And none of Europe is. None of Western Europe is. We've all done terrible fucking things. And it's okay. I can still be proud of being from England. I'm still proud of, that, and I can still love England and accept that, in the past, terrible things have happened. That's totally fine. People think that to admit that your country's done anything wrong makes you super anti, but it doesn't. It's just, again, goes back to common bloody sense.
If you don't understand the past, you're doomed to repeat it. So if you understand it and you're like, yeah, that was bad, you won't fucking repeat it.
Yeah, people don't like to kind of look at the past critically again. It's, I hate talking so seriously.
I know, this is supposed to be a fun show.
Let's talk about tits or something. Oh,
That helped.
Yeah, it does. See, this is why I do love some tiggle bitties, because sometimes you just
whoa. They're like a B cup at most. Ouch.
I was just talking about boobs in general, but
ouch.
They're not even a B.
I know.
They're not even a B, baby.
I know. Comedic effect.
But yeah, I hate to get serious, but sometimes it's. And I guess that's why fucking alcohol exists and porn exists and all this other shit exists, because it's like the realities of life they can be kind of grim.
Yeah. The people who raw dog reality, I'm like, I don't know how you do it.
Nope, I don't. I mean, I respect it, but...
I don't. I think they're fucking cowards and quitters.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some hate mail on that one.
Sorry, sober people. Sorry, teetotalers.
You don't know what you're missing out on. Or you might really know. You might really know what you're missing out on.
And then I don't want to rub it in their face, because good for you. If you're sober and you ever had a problem, keep on trucking.
I guess.
Yeah.
Quitter.
Oh, literally a quitter. Keep at it, baby. Keep at it.
Nah. More for me.
Exactly. More for us.
No, I seriously do not actually fault anyone who decides that they need to step away from substances or...
No, absolutely. It's been a big problem during COVID. People have had a lot of problems, and, you turn to alcohol and drugs, and, I've lost people to it, and hey, man, I think it's great if you can... God, I wish it could be... I can't do it. More power to you.
Do you really want to, though?
I could cut back, I guess. I could do with cutting back, but...
Why?
So I don't pickle my liver.
Just eat some milk thistle, you'll be fine.
I do. You know what's funny? Because I do love the old booze. So the amount of vitamins, Americans, the amount of vitamins I take is ridiculous. It's like palmfuls of shit, and I'm like, what the hell?
Do you have the old granny case with like each
I have one. I 100% have one of those. Yes, but yeah, no, I definitely. I take all these fucking like turmeric, conjoint, vitamin D, crap, like all of it. I'm taking so much crap, and I try and eat okay, apart from what we ate earlier, which we won't talk about. Don't talk about it.
Children's livers.
No.
I mean, we got their parents' consent on that, because their children, they can't actually consent.
Cannot consent.
We went to their parents like, can we eat your children? They're like, yeah, we don't want to deal with them.
We don't want them. We got too many. Terrible. People aren't gonna like that.
They were delicious though.
So tasty. Talk about fuck raw.
Oh yeah, we definitely fed them breadcrumbs till they died.
Yes. Children love breadcrumbs. Actually, I did eat a lot of bread when I was a kid, I guess.
Dude, grilled cheese is amazing to this day.
As a child, you do eat just shit. Or I ate absolute garbage.
Oh, I ate absolute garbage and I never outgrew it.
Yeah, no, I remember my mum, I was like, why did you let me eat this shit? And she went, I was just happy when you ate. I guess I didn't love eating as a kid. I was more like, I just wanted to get out and play. And she was just like, whatever you ate, I was just happy for you to eat it.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Parents just give up at points. They're just like, fuck it. You got calories in you. Good.
You know, it's funny because I think a lot of people are super judgmental and they're like, oh, you let your kid eat that? And I can imagine as a parent, you've got a kid that's being super picky and you're like, please just eat something.
Or you're abusive and you're like, fuck it, starve then.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of parent I would be. I'm a great cat parent, so that doesn't mean shit, though.
No.
It really doesn't. I can't compare a cat to a kid.
Some idiots have said that they think I'd be a good father. And I'm like, what are you on? Can I have some?
Yeah.
Me a good father. Yeesh.
No.
I barely keep me alive.
I barely keep me alive, too. I'm like, I don't know. Kids seem like they seem cool. I like other people's kids to hang out with sometimes. They're fun.
It's weird, where some of my friends have older kids now. Like my friends I was staying with in Vegas while I was out there, their kid's 17. It's like, oh, you're people. That's weird.
Yeah. So, my cousin has kids, and so yeah, my I guess she's like is that second cousin or whatever cousin wants from me. I don't know what that is. She's 18, and I still think of her as a child. And she's posting all these pictures in bikinis and, and I'm like, I get it, but I still think of you as a little girl, and it's so weird. But I'm like, I know the shit that I was doing at your age, and it was 10 times worse than what you're doing.
And someone thought of you that way at that age.
God, it's just crazy. Yeah, I know. It's so weird. I'm like, I just, and I know she has a boyfriend and stuff, and I'm like, if he does anything, I'll fucking kill him.
Yeah,
she's an adult. No, I've got, you got to let her make her own mistakes.
And she wouldn't listen probably, even if you gave her sage advice.
No. I had to make my own mistakes. She's got to make her own. But she, her parents are absolutely fantastic. So she's a good kid.
It's weird to think of your parents giving you advice off their weird life experiences, and it's oh yeah, you might have been a fun person before I came around.
Oh, I know my parents were fun before I came around. I know my dad was probably too much fun even after I was around. He doesn't, well, this would be funny if he ever does hear this. I hope he never does. I went to a rave one time, and it was 6 a.m., and I turned around and I saw my dad leaving the same fucking rave as me. And I immediately turned back and I didn't move for 5 to 10 minutes. And it was just just don't move. He'll be gone. It's fine. I never told him this, but I was like, you're leaving a rave at 6 a.m.? Dad.
At least he wasn't leaving with a girl that wasn't your mother.
That is very true. He was not. He was, at least there's that. But I was and I don't know why I froze, because I could have been hang on, you're here too, motherfucker. No, you can't get mad at me. But as a kid, he's still your dad, and you're like, oh no, I'm going to get in trouble. I should have called his ass out.
Right?
Fucking Roy. Fucking Roy.
I mean, I definitely heard some stories from my father, when he got a little older and I was an adult, about some scandalous shit he did in his youth.
Yeah.
But it's still weird to think of your parents is doing the kind of shit we do.
Yeah. And not more. My mother I see as a perfect angel, and you'll never convince me otherwise. But my dad, I found all his old vinyls in the attic one day, and he had the Sex Pistols, The Who. He had the first 8 Black Sabbath EPs on vinyl. I'm I know my dad was fucking wild, which is probably where I get it from. So he cannot give me shit.
For sure. Hell, one of my friends who's got 3 kids now, when I met her, she was a bit promiscuous. Sex in bathrooms, fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like, and good on her, but it's just weird to think, like, her kids get older, like, they're never going to think of their mother, who's now a nurse, as, like, that person. They're like, how would you even break it to your kids? Like, yeah, I definitely did drugs in a divey punk bar and fucked someone in the bathroom.
You know what, though? It's funny because you wouldn't want to say, you know, your kids would probably actually think you're a fucking badass.
Who knows? Who knows how your kids are going to come out?
Because sometimes you've got those parents that are super wild and then the kids are super straight-laced.
Like, I don't want to be like you.
Talk about racing against the machine there, like, just completely the opposite no matter what.
It's full-on Varsity Blues. I don't want your life.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm definitely much more like my dad. Although I've gotten into gardening, I am slowly turning into my mother because now I am really into gardening. And, you know, I bought a bird feeder and a bird bath and shit. So it's happening. It's happening. I'm at this weird age where I still want to kind of go out and drink, but then I want to the next day be able to wake up and, you know, tend to my garden and watch some birds.
Middle age is fucking weird.
Oh, God, am I middle-aged?
And maybe. I'm not going to confirm or deny that. I mean, technically.
Is it? I don't know. I always think of middle age as being like 40, 50.
Well, 50 would be past middle age because not everyone lives to fucking hundo.
Yeah, I know. Oh, ow, sorry. New tattoo. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I guess maybe I am like middle aged.
I know, it's gross to say. I definitely am.
Yeah, I guess. I'm in my like, you know, I'm not even in my middle 30s yet. So
yeah, I'm the big 4-0, so
yeah, you are middle aged.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
technically I am more than half the age my father was when he died. So
fucking isn't that weird thing? Ugh.
Like the show could very much be more than halfway over.
Well, you never know with Bezos and his new life.
The only way I'm going to get them on to drugs is if I start committing crimes.
Okay, I'm sure you've already done that.
Shh. First rule of this show: never admit to crimes on the internet.
Have I done any? Have I admitted to any?
No. Okay. What would I be telling you about the rule now if you had admitted to a bunch of crimes on the internet? Please,
if I have cut them. I don't think I have. No. I've never committed a crime, so I don't have to worry.
Thank God those cameras are off. Laura's holding me here at gunpoint, maybe like, I've never committed any fucking crimes, motherfucker.
We've still got the wide one on.
Well, that just ruins the bit. But Laura, we're actually going to get you out of this motherfucker. We're going to call last call on this motherfucker. You believe it or not, we've been at this for 2 hours.
Jesus Christ. All right, yeah, let's... Fucking hell. All right, let's go. All right. Well, it was lovely to chat with you. This was fun.
I know. I've been trying to get you on for quite some time.
I know. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't think it was going to happen today when I didn't have my car keys.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think it was going to happen today either.
Because it's not like there's things that you can take that, you know, when you can't drive, drop you off somewhere.
I know.
I'm an idiot.
Where can they find you on the socials, though?
I'm fucking not good at social media, but I have one.
I mean, you have them.
I have one. I have an Instagram account, and that is it. Because the older I've gotten, then I keep cutting them out. But at Laura Clare James, Claire is with no I but an E, so Clare. In case you can't spell. Unless you want to follow my cat, which is at Bunny is a cat.
You can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt F. Slayer on Facebook, twitch.tv/Matt F. Slayer. You can find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter, and Now We Drink _ on Instagram. And until next week, drink up, motherfuckers. Sorry about the lack of video on this one.
Sorry,
New cameras.
Bye.